Bear Brief, 11 August 25. Trump has ordered a surge of federal law enforcement into Washington, D.C. after a former administration staffer was assaulted in an attempted carjacking. Former Doge member named Big Balls. More than 120 federal agents from agencies including the Secret Service, FBI, and U.S. Marshals are now patrolling the Capitol for at least 7 days. Trump wrote on social media that if D.C. doesn't get its act together and quickly, we will have no choice but to take federal control of the city. The move comes despite D.C. crime statistics showing violent crime hit a 30-year low in 2024, with homicides down over 10% and robbery down nearly 30% compared to the previous year. Legally, the president does have broad authority to deploy federal forces in the district and could potentially seize control of the local police department by declaring an emergency. A full federal takeover would require congressional repeal of the 1973 Home Rule Act, which Trump said his lawyers are examining. As one legal expert noted, this would, quote, most likely be challenged in court, end quote, but fit Trump's pattern of moving forward while, quote, the courts sort it out, end quote. Meanwhile, on the political front, a redistricting battle has erupted as Trump pushes Republican-controlled states to redraw congressional maps mid-decade to gain additional House seats. Texas Republicans are attempting to flip 5 Democratic-held seats through gerrymandering, air quote, while similar efforts are underway in Indiana and Florida. More than 50 Texas Democratic lawmakers fled the state to deny Republicans the quorum needed to pass the new maps, prompting aggressive retaliation. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is pursuing legal action to remove the Democrats from office, while Senator John Cornyn said the FBI has agreed to help track them down. Side note, Doc Pete Chambers for Texas governor. Repeat, Doc Pete Chambers. Now, Democratic Party leaders who once championed fair redistricting and independent commissions are now embracing hardball tactics. DNC Chair Ken Martin said, "This is not the Democratic Party of your grandfather, which would bring a pencil to a knife fight. This is the new Democratic Party. We're bringing a knife to a knife fight, and we're going to fight fire with fire." Former Attorney General Eric Holder, whose organization has campaigned against gerrymandering, now supports Democratic counter-gerrymandering, telling the New York Times, quote, "Sometimes you have to take up arms, and when confronted with this authoritarian anti-democracy effort, we have to take up arms," end quote. Likewise, House Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, that's a fun word, who previously championed the principle that, quote, politicians should not be choosing their voters, end quote, now backs Newsom's efforts to override California's bipartisan map. Her reversal reflects the broader rethinking within the Democratic Party as leaders abandon lofty goals in favor of bare-knuckle politics. Several Democratic governors are threatening retaliatory gerrymandering in their own states. Newsom wants to override California's independent redistricting commission if Texas proceeds, while Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and New York Governor Kathy Hochul have declared their intent to maximize Democratic seats. Quote, "I'm tired of this fight in my hand tied behind my back. I'm tired of fighting this fight with my hand tied behind my back," Hochul said. Quote, "We are at war, and that's why the gloves are off. And I say, bring it on," end quote. Bear written brief on Patreon. Thank you to the patrons this morning. Shout out to refugemedical.com, American-made first aid gear, and the best civilian tactical medical training on planet Earth. Stay tuned for the Bear and Friends show later today. If you like the brief format, let me know in the comments. See you when I see you.